Hey.
Hey.
Hi, everybody. Welcome to Butt Stuff. Man, it's been a while, but we are so excited to be back.
We're here.
Yeah.
Or whatever.
We were missing or whatever. We were missing the butt stuff.
We know you.
And yes. We have really cool merch up on our website. If anyone is interested, we're making some pretty dope t-shirts. And of course, we have some butt stuff t-shirts on there. We made everything really affordable. Yeah, I can't wait to go crazy.
Yeah, they're all like $22 plus shipping. Oh, my favorite is the spooky one that says I hate it here.
That's my favorite one.
It's my favorite.
My favorite ones, I've been making a lot of them, and I'm just going to end up buying them all. I already know. Definitely break the stigma, but the one that I did that says, like, don't be racist, and it's a bunch of, like, gray aliens and different alien types.
Oh, I love that. I just posted one.
Don't be racist.
I just posted one of Jerry, and it's Jerry putting a flag on the moon that has a picture of Bree with the big X through it.
I just didn't understand
that. And it says Bree Free Zone. We've declared the moon as a Bree Free Zone. That's what we're doing.
But it's made out of cheese.
Why am I not allowed on the moon?
Because Jerry's there.
That little slug.
Hey,
all right, we definitely.
Hi, beautifuls and Kari.
Hi, Peppa H.
Thanks for not.
Hi, beautiful that's and Kari. Oh, that was rude.
That's fucked up. That's a damn hate crime.
No,
that's a hate crime for sure.
That's a hate crime.
Full face, Mr. Peppa.
Yes. So it's been like a hot second since we've done butt stuff, but I feel like we should kick it off the appropriate way. So.
Thank you. It's been a while since we've heard that slapper.
Slapper. Actually, he was just on like Jimmy Fallon, I swear to God, like last night. So you get it. You're famous. You've really made it, Sack Squatch.
On TV.
Yes.
That's awesome. Good for him, for sure. You keep on climbing the ropes.
Why is the stream poor quality? Is it your internet or our internet? Let a bitch know.
Is it?
Let me go back. Let me see.
Let a bitch know.
It looks good to me.
We've honestly been having some issues with YouTube, though. Like, it took a full day for one of our videos to render, and then it was, like, fine. So, I don't know. Oh, my God.
That's stuffers. Oh, that's awesome. Listen, Lindas.
Okay.
I really want to start off the stream with the video that they presented at the congressional hearing. I know lots of people have lots of different things to say about the congressional hearing. Of course, it was a nothing burger to a lot of people. I'm very half and half about it. I think at least they're talking about it and they showed this video. So I figured, I think this, even though it's like just for a second, I think it would be cool for us to just see what we think is even happening in here. gonna try to pause it. Oh, I can't.
There's a frame there. You can get it.
Ooh, there you go.
Gotcha. What the hell do we think about this? I mean,
now I remember when this came out, and there was just a frame from the video, because obviously this version that they've released is like not the full 1080p video. It's like a 360p version. But I took the frame of it and I put it through like one of those like AI enhancers. I did loads of different things on it at the time, and it looked like a balloon, like a Batman balloon.
Balloon vibes.
This one?
Yes, this one. It looked like. In fact, I may even be able to find the exact balloon that it was.
I mean, but it looks metallic.
Straight away.
I was like, I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm with Kari. My immediate thought was that's a very nice round balloon.
Right.
And the reason it looks like it's going fast. But the reason it looks like it's going by so fast is because the airplane's flying very fast. And so when you're going past something, it's not that the object next to it's going fast. It's that the airplane is traveling fast.
Are you telling me that our military pilots do not know the difference between a balloon and an unidentified object?
Yes.
When it's going past them at 600 miles an hour? Yeah.
Yeah. 100%. Yep. We, just as anybody can sign up to be a part of the government, and anyone at the end of the day with the right skills can be a pilot. So I will say that if anybody can do those things, then yes, just like anybody could notice these things. So when it's going by that fast and you just see what probably to them at the time just looked like a big round metal ball, yeah, they probably are going to take a photo of it or try to figure out what's going on with it. You know what I mean? It's not something that they see in their skies every day. It's not like they're running into balloons that high up all the time.
Well, maybe, I don't know. I think we're at a little bit of a disagreement, but I haven't looked at it in the scope that Kari has. I thought it was cool. I thought
Batman.
I thought it looked like, this is different footage. I thought it looked like a silver ball.
Is that from a different event? Because that looks.
It's a different event. Yeah, it's different.
Okay.
Actually, Mike Barra put this sighting video and the Batman balloon in his his presentation at Contact in the Desert last year. And yeah, that one for sure looks like a Batman flying balloon. But I don't know. I just feel like I don't know.
Possible for a plane to pass a balloon in the air. That does show that it's possible. So,
but it's so high up.
I mean, it's over the ocean. That could actually only be 1,000 feet off the deck. Like when you're over the ocean, it's actually quite hard to tell how high up you are.
Balloon.
How the fuck do you?
And can you believe this video of a balloon has all of the U.S. government up in arms?
So then that's a topic I wanted to talk about then. Why do you think that they, and then of course the other video that they showed was the Dorito one that we call the Dorito one, but yeah. The one that Jeremy Corbell dropped a couple of years ago now. It is the new footage. Yes, it is, Marios. I'm just curious, why do you guys think that they chose these videos then? If you could just as easily pick it apart as you just did, why do you think that they chose those videos and not some other footage out there that we've seen that's been pretty incredible?
Because I think that they are purposely picking videos that bring in a lot of questions so that they're not definitively ever stating whether or not they believe UFOs are real. I think that that's part of the tactic of releasing a video like this, because it could be so many things. It could be easily interpreted as a balloon. And I think that that fuels the stokes of what they're trying to do within the UFO community, which is never confirm nor deny any of the information, just continue the cycle over and over and over again. So it's just something that's talked about.
I could agree with you in that sense, but they did make it very clear, I believe, in the hearing that UFOs are a real thing. I think that they clearly said that it was a real thing and it should be investigated.
It's ongoing cases.
I think that's the part of disclosure that everyone is is missing, is that what all of this means at the end of the day is that the government is saying that UFOs are real. And I think that they're waiting for some mic drop moment of some video to come out or some congressperson to get in front of the microphone and be like, hey, is this thing on? UFOs are real. But the reality of it is like, this is disclosure. Like, disclosure was having a public UFO hearing, because that means that the government believes that there's something to UFOs, and they're never going to come out and flat out just say like, oh, we the government believe in UFOs, but that's literally what they did by like broadcasting this on TV. So like, I get what you're saying, Bree. It's like this double-edged sword that we always talked about when it comes to UFOs being so public. It's like, it's great because so many people now are getting involved and it's reaching a bigger community than it ever has before. But then also at the same time, because that's happening, this very, very small community, it has a lot more people in it than it ever did before. And it's, I won't say crowded, but I will say it's very overwhelming.
I think it is overwhelming when not everyone is nice. Like before, everyone was so nice when it was small.
Yeah, so I'm saying,
hey, there's still room. There's still room to change. There's still room to make friends. There's still room for us to all to come together. I'm not throwing that out yet. But
hey, I haven't.
Man, I don't know. It's interesting.
You asked what my thoughts on them only showing those videos were. I think a lot of it has to do with what the source of those videos are, because the one in the planes obviously come through some kind of military thing. Mm-hmm. Like, I'm not sure. I can't remember. Maybe the chat will know. Like, if that video got released, like, officially, or if it leaked online. I know it's been like put into the congressional record now, but like how that video came out, I can't remember. But yeah, I think maybe it has something to do with the sourcing of the videos that dictates what they can play, because they can't go and source. And this is what I was saying the other day on Unidentified S4. Like, it is a little bit disrespectful to ignore decades worth of like people researching, like disregard all of that data and only focus on what the government has when you could integrate that data. But thinking about it more, maybe it is to do with what the source of the video is initially before all of that. So I was like second guessing myself a bit.
Mm-hmm. So you're saying it's because they can't source where it's coming from, which makes sense if you're gonna, I guess, put it
jurisdiction of like authority and chain of custody of the footage. But
like, how can the government release footage if it's not theirs to own in the first place? Like, let's say it's a private citizen's UFO footage. Who's like at the end of the day, it's that private citizen's footage and not the government. It comes a little bit different when we're talking about like military members and things like that, because you are government property and everything you do is government. So they have a lot more control over those type of things, which is why I think we're getting things like military videos from them, because why would we be getting civilian stuff from them? Because they can't. I mean, I'm not saying that they don't just outright go and take that from people, but not anything that they would admit to.
Right. Yeah. Well, I guess, I guess if you were to bring it in a court of law, you would have to have sourcing. You would have to have the means of investigating what happened, all of those details. And if you can't trust the source, and if you weren't there to do the investigation behind it, then I guess you wouldn't put that in front of other.
And that's another thing too. So members. Like when it comes to a lot of this UFO footage, you know, a lot of people in the community are called crazy and stuff. So you can't just take Joe Schmo's UFO video and bring it before Congress. It makes sense to have General Pilot Adam Smith's video, because he is seen as military. They would never lie. They're so truthful.
It's
those kind of things.
Authenticatable at some level within their higher. That's what I mean. The authority over the video to authenticate it, that probably limits the scope of what they can show in a hearing. I'd like to know what they showed in the classified portion of the hearing. I mean,
seriously. That's a good point though, because I think a lot of people always feel like, damn, there's so much better footage out there. Why do they pick things that everyone can pick apart? But now thinking of it like that makes total sense, and that's kind of unfortunate, because that means that footage is limited to those military circumstances.
Yeah.
I mean, and not only that, but there's tons of video footage that isn't out there for anybody to see. Like, not to harp on MUFON.
Tonight.
not to harp on MUFON, but MUFON has a lot of videos of UFOs that they are refusing to release out into the world. Why that is the reason, we do not know. Maybe there's some sort of government interference going on there, something like that. But I don't know. But I think that really good UFO videos are incredibly hard to come by. And it's a lot easier to find shitty UFO videos because that's what the masses want out there.
Right. No, I get that. I have a video.
I mean, it makes sense. God damn. Yes. I want to call out Cambion really quick. Crystal Hippie Bitches, we have made a dope ass Crystal Hippie Bitches t-shirt, and we're gonna send you one, Cambion, so you can wear it.
Yeah, for sure.
But I'm so excited. The Christian UFO stripper shirt and send it to us. That's the deal.
Oh, dope. Okay, it's a trade.
Okay.
Crystal UFO. Christian
I love a good
UFO
trade.
stripper.
So some of the stuff on MUFON, you do have to have a membership, but I'm just talking about in general. There's a lot that they even keep from their own people who work there. So go ahead. Sorry, Kari.
It's okay. So this isn't a UFO video per se. It's a mini 2-minute report from Australian news about a guy that just came out about a sighting that he had.
Oh, from down under?
Down under.
From Australia?
In the imaginary land of Australia.
Who claimed to see UFOs hovering over a Melbourne school says military officials threatened to have him fired if he ever spoke about the incident. Andrew Greenwood is talking publicly about the famous Westall High sightings 55 years ago for the first time in tonight's 7 News Spotlight program.
Now, an ordinary suburban school, but in 1966, Westall High students and teachers insist they saw UFOs triggering a massive cover-up.
They were threatening. Oh, absolutely. I was threatened.
Then a Westall teacher, Andrew Greenwood, speaks publicly for the first time to Spotlight.
Mr. Greenwood, there's a flying saucer.
On the Oval, he and 200 students saw 3 of them.
It was a grey, almost cylindrical or cigar-shaped object.
All these years later, the
Various.
students what they witnessed. They claim one landed in a park, then took off.
I could feel a heat and hear this buzzing sound, and I could see purple lights all around it.
Now,
purple
landing area is a popular UFO children's playground, but at the time, within 40 minutes, this area was swarming with military officials who warned witnesses never to tell anyone what they'd seen. They menaced the teacher at home.
They told me that I was wrong, that I hadn't seen anything.
And if he spoke up,
clearly you were drunk on duty, and that will have to be reported to the education department, and of course you'll lose your job.
Like they called the Australians out.
The report into Westall just disappeared.
And that is what I find most interesting of all, that I was definitely being told to be quiet.
Nick McCallum, 7 News.
That looks like a rock.
That looks like a rock with some dots on it.
So what do we think?
We might get a strike for that. We need to someone copy what Cambion does.
Whoa, excuse me. Listen, they're in Australia. They have different rules. Doesn't work like that.
Right.
I don't know if that's true. I'm just trying to manifest it.
That sounds like hard bullshit to me.
It was hard bullshit.
Okay, let's check this out.
In Australia?
Justin lives in Australia, yes. And he thinks Channel 7 is the worst. Well, good morning, Justin. Or good evening.
On to some other news. On to some other news. One of the things that we missed, well, I didn't miss it when it happened, but we didn't get to show, was that mysterious NASA door. And I just want to see what you guys think.
I already figured out what it was. We had the whole breakdown.
You had a breakdown?
Yeah, when you were at dinner, we were at Paranormal Chop Shop with Ben from UFO Garage. We broke the whole thing down.
And what was the conclusion?
So you're looking at a very zoomed in version of it. That hole in there is actually only like maybe 3 to 4 inches long, and if you zoom out, there's like water, and water is taking chunks of the dirt out.
You're telling me that this isn't a fucking doorway?
It's like this big. Yeah. Oh, it's Enzo. That's who it was. It was Enzo. That's right. Enzo. Yes. Enzo. That's who it was. It wasn't Ben. It was Enzo. Yes.
The footage is real.
It out. It's it's real footage, but it's zoomed in, so that looks like a door is really only, like I said, 2 or 3 inches tall.
Hold on a second. Look at zooming out.
Bam.
No, that's no.
No, I promise.
I disagree.
I mean, I'm here or whatever. Thank you, Prague.
So this is the video that's
This
saying
cave
you're
is
saying.
not a natural
I don't believe
formation.
that motherfucker.
It's not a cave.
I think it fucking is, my friends.
I'm sure we love, but me and Enzo figured it out, and it is most definitely water erosion. If you zoom out, I wish Enzo was here because I could show you the full picture, because he like brought up the whole like picture of all like of them together, and even to the side there's another one that looks exactly like that, and you can even see the chunk of the wall where it fell out, and it's almost identical to the one that was there.
Crazy. Okay, well, I do have 2 videos from the full blood moon that just happened. I'm sure lots of people went through hell.
Same.
I have 2 videos here. I thought it was very interesting. Here's the first one.
Hey, 30 seconds ago, I just caught something. I'm losing my mind right now. Please tell me what I just saw. Like, look at it, analyze it. What did I just catch on the moon? I'm losing my mind.
See that little black thing? And then she'll zoom in.
What did I just video? Oh my God. Oh my gosh. What was that?
See, it goes across, and then watch as it leaves like the atmosphere. You see that? What
I'm
the
losing
fuck?
my mind.
No, that's a plane.
Really?
Yeah. I'll tell you how I know. So
why is it that high?
Just as it goes
okay,
over,
I'm like turn myself down.
Just as it comes off of the surface of the moon onto space, you can see the heat ripple that's reflecting the moon in the heat ripple from the engines, but it actually displaces above where the moon is, so it's like, I can tell it's heat. So and a UFO wouldn't be kicking out loads of heat. It's a plane. It's kicking the heat behind it. See?
Or is it a spaceship doing the same thing?
But spaceships don't put heat out behind them, do
they? Yeah.
Like, I've seen planes do this in the sky, so...
I don't know, it just looks like it's very close to the moon. Like, to me, I mean, it could be perspective, of course. I don't know.
I'm losing my mind.
It beeps. It blips at the end. Like
so you think that we should contact her and be like, listen, that was an airplane?
Yeah, I think you should. And I think you should find David Wilcock and swap her with him.
What just shot across?
Bye, Prague.
This might have gone around.
Oh, wait, try do it again. I missed it.
It looks like
Bye, Prague. Have a good night.
Oh, yeah. Okay. This one to me is weirder.
It looks like it's...
Oh, yeah, that was way weirder.
It looks like
Yeah,
it's...
that one's weird. Actually, that could be a bug.
Really?
Yeah.
You know what, Kari? You're a bug in my rug.
That's why it's annoyed Jamie trademark.
So you guys are saying that that's a bug. I want to know what the freaking chat has to say.
What does the chat say? Because I don't think it's a UFO.
Chat's always wrong. I challenge the chat to get something right.
It was a Batman balloon. I agree. Couldn't agree more.
You're haters.
Are you hater?
Oh, it's the bloody moon, isn't it? Isn't it?
In it.
Yeah, Kari, can you turn your mic up a tad? People are
I turned my mic down. I know. I turned the mic down, so...
Why don't you just fuck off?
They say, Tommy says bug.
All right.
Lisa's bacon.
Am I louder now?
No, you're quieter, to be honest with you.
I turned it way up. How about now?
It did, and then it immediately went right back to where it was.
What? That's weird.
What? Okay. This next one, you
How
guys.
How about now?
That's much better.
Okay.
Just yell.
Is it too loud? What?
No,
2 in the chat. 1 in the chat if it's good. 2 if it's too loud now.
Did you do that in settings? If you go to settings and it says your mic, did you turn it all the way up?
Yeah.
Okay.
Interesting characters in
impression,
the
a bad
Last
one.
Judgment painting by Michelangelo in the Sistine Chapel. At the bottom of the altar wall, it shows a cave with 2 creatures inside of it. What creature is that? Looks a lot like Bigfoot. What do you guys think? Let us know in the comments.
I think it's a fucking
What creature
Bigfoot.
is that?
Look at that. Looks like a werewolf and a Bigfoot.
Huh.
Question.
You don't see that shit?
That's a gorilla
Answer.
and a chimpanzee.
I mean, I've always said that the Bible is full of aliens and cryptids, so why not?
We're gonna do one of my patented zoom-ins.
Oh, can we get a zoom in, love? Love, I've got to get a zoom in.
It's
How's the
demon?
quickest?
It's a bunny hip? What's a bunny hip?
Jen. That depicts hell, I guess. Well, that's interesting. Demon
What?
Jen.
No, I'm going to turn this down. Look at the whole picture. That's not hell. Look at that. Gorgeous. It's in a chapo.
The only hell is the life I'm living.
Shush your face. Oh, yeah. That's
Bun
a
yip.
Bigfoot, y'all.
That's a gorilla on the left and a chimpanzee on the right.
Dims's monkeys.
What are you talking about? That's a fucking... What? No. That is a werewolf, and then that is Bigfoot. It's so clear to see.
Same.
It depicts my mother-in-law.
This isn't the Bible binding.
Does the chat think it's supernatural cryptids, or does the chat think that it is
this a monkey
mammals?
or is it Bigfoot? That's always the question we've had to ask all of life.
It's
Indeed.
Bigfoot. Can you make it bigger, Kari? Can you zoom in on it? It's Greer.
Yeah.
Yeah. Look at that motherfucker.
Does look like monkeys to me.
Are you
It's monkeys.
sure?
Yeah, it looks like.
Why are they
monkeys.
so humanoid?
You'd have to ask the artist, buddy.
Well, he long gone. He dead.
Well, that's
No,
not true. You could get
he
a
was
Ouija
murdered because
board.
people thought it was a real picture of a Bigfoot, and then he wouldn't give it up. So they
You can
murdered
get a
him.
Ouija board and ask him.
Yeah.
Fucking haters.
Haters.
You've got to stop hating.
Right.
You hating because you hating.
The one
Can you
is like
give
a
me-
werewolf. Exactly. I have seen many gorillas, but I think that one in particular looks a lot like Bigfoot. Am I a little person?
No, because we decided that vampires can't be cryptids, so not possible.
Hey, I got one to share.
My bad.
Oh, have you got one?
No, sure.
No, you play yours. It's fine.
Okay. What do you guys? I'm sure many people have seen this. Those people, these creatures, right? That was a thing in the sky for a while, and I think people saw them other places too. I don't know if it's real or
That looks like
whatever.
I'm fairly sure that they are in Gears of War.
Okay, but the point is that AI was like, watching space, and they're like fucking sea creatures, like
That's pretty wild.
demonic.
That an AI thinks that.
Nobody wants to fuck sea creatures.
And
But
the funny thing is that is like lots of different renderings of the same image.
or okay, question. I have a question.
Or parallel worlds.
I have a question.
Yeah, go
I have a
on.
question. What if the AI system who was drawing this was equating? Because the question was, what do you know about space? They were equating kind of the logic that we use here on Earth, like space is as unexplored as our own ocean.
Yeah, basically.
But
And so it was wait. So you have to remember that AI is it learns, right? It's learning things. So who's not to say that it maybe thought what was happening here on Earth or in our oceans could also be happening in the sky? Because if you don't tell the AI any differently, then they would think that that is what's happening.
Aquaman.
This is the best clip. I can't hear you. Oh, she goes, I want my wig back. Aquaman.
You guys draw me to want a mega pint.
Anyways, I'm just saying
Only
that
you knew how mega the pints were.
The AI can only answer the questions with the information that we've given it. So who are we to say what information was fed to this AI in order to get that image?
That's true.
Well, I could feel what you were saying, except it's I don't even think that looks like I don't even think that looks like anything that's in our sky, in our ocean.
It looks like a turtle.
I don't know.
To me.
To me, it looks like there are alien creatures in the sky, and that we live in a multiple world universe.
You know, I've been wondering what
didn't want to wear them.
I know.
Maybe it's even flat. Maybe it's even flat because if
like
you look at it, it looks like.
I think everyone's getting psyched out now. They're like, "Whoa!"
I know they are. Okay, everyone. I don't have my dreads on. I'm not in a good mood. I'm grumpy, and so I don't want to put my hair in.
Yeah, leave her alone. I'm just kidding.
Yeah, leave Brittany alone.
Leave Brittany alone. I think that this is a weird one. I know that AI only knows what we've given it, but
Peppa, fucking AI might hurt. I don't recommend that.
No.
I don't think Kari would like that.
No.
Well, they make really humanoid things now, and just imagine what they actually have out there that we don't know of.
Oh,
you know
for
what I'm
sure.
saying?
Like bird drones.
Lord have mercy. I don't know about it. I just don't think that looks like anything that's in our waters. But
Shocking truth about dolphin-assisted births that they do not want you to know. You will want to stick around to the end for this. Now, this is Igor Tarkovsky, and he assisted in thousands of dolphin-assisted births. Essentially, what would happen here is the dolphins would take over the birthing process. They would swim around the mother, relax her with sonar, and they would make the birth painless and quick. There's actually a video online of a dolphin-assisted birth, and you can see how quick and painless it was. But just wait, it gets even more mind-blowing than this. There are thousands of testimonials of babies being born under dolphin-assisted births of being far more advanced than the average child. For example, they could talk and walk earlier, they would grow up being the head of their class and having to skip some years of school, and some went on to get full rides at Harvard, and so many more examples. It is hypothesized that during the birthing process, the dolphins heal and boost the systematic function of these babies by telepathically communicating with it. Why do you think it's illegal to interact with dolphins unless at a specific resort like SeaWorld? They're not trying to protect them and trying to keep us dumbed down. Dolphins are the keepers of lost knowledge and healing wisdom.
Where's Jazz? Where's Jazz Shaw? Can we save this video for Jazz Shaw?
I'm super interested in this. I think there's people all over that say that dolphins are just as smart as humans, if not more intelligent, and that when you connect with a dolphin, you can connect with other.
That reminds me of Joan Ocean.
Knowledge.
Have you ever heard of Joan Ocean?
No.
She lives in Hawaii and does like her own mini conferences, and she basically swims with dolphins and communicates with them, and it's all to do with aliens.
Yes. I mean, no, I haven't heard of her, but I think it's cool. I mean, listen, we can say all this shit is crazy, but obviously the woo-woo side connects dolphins with Lyra and with, not Lyra, sorry. What's the other one?
Oh, yes, Justin, I put it up.
Lumeria, sorry. They link dolphins with Lumeria, and Atlantic.
Lemuria, not Lumeria.
Excuse me, you have an accent, okay?
Lemuria, like it's Lemu.
Listen,
Lumeria.
Bree is from California. Bree's from California, and she doesn't know how to pronounce her T's. You leave her alone.
Jamie, you can't read.
Yeah, I know that I can't.
Okay, whatever. Lumeria.
Lemuria.
No,
Lumeria.
I'll say it how I want. It's Lumeria. Yeah. Anyways, and of course, like they have connections, you know, to things like what's Sirius. You got aquatic creatures possibly those are the first type of people that came here and exchanged information with humans. So I'm all in.
I think that we should talk to Jazz Shaw about this because I think that he would have a lot of strong opinions.
I think Jazz would come back.
I believe whatever Jazz says.
I think he'll come back. He liked it here.
We love Jazz.
We do.
He likes it here. All right, Kari, you can play your
Jazz and C sharp. Okay.
Are you drinking honeydew beer, Kari?
I'm drinking toffee apple cider.
You should know.
I need to get one of those. Can you send it to me?
If maybe.
Give me the next one, darling. Looks like the moon.
Looks like a tadpole.
Is that the moon?
This was last night.
Is it you?
No, this wasn't me. But
it looks like.
But we had massive lightning storm last night. So.
Hold on, is that not blinking like an airplane?
Yeah, it was giving me airplane blinks for a second. Now it's giving me flying directly towards me.
It is a little bit weird. It could be a low airplane.
Yeah, that was giving me airplane vibes.
A little bit. I really thought that Brassel fucking ignored me the other day.
About your McDonald's?
No, so I yelled at someone on my walk because it looked just like Brassel. So I swear to God it was him, but he's claiming it's not. So I was on my walk with my grandma and this guy ran by and I turned around, I'm like, Brassel! And he looks at me and I'm like, Brassel! And he like smiles and then just keeps running. So I was like, my grandma's like, you know that person? And I'm like, yes. And she's like, wow, he didn't even stop to say hi to you. So I was like, okay, rude. I'm going to have to get to the bottom of this. And then Brassel said it wasn't him.
Wow, I think he's lying. I think he just didn't want to be your friend because you were with grandma.
I don't blame him. I'm just kidding. Just kidding. Love you, Gram.
So,
but I was like, that would have been
weird. Seems to be this is a helicopter.
Yeah, someone says helicopter. Andy says chopper. Tommy says coming in for a landing. Lee gives airplane emojis.
Right on. See, we're all learning together.
We're learning together.
Can you tell me, should stop looking at UAP vids and see the amount of Bing videos?
You know what that means.
You should come on and do an episode of Bobby's Cryptic Corner.
Who?
This guy that says he has all this Bigfoot footage.
Free? Wait, Dad has a funny point.
Maybe it's the same person he thought yelling at us. All like them.
Like Brassel could have came off as from far away asshole, and so this might be when he smiled at you and kept running.
Asshole.
Well, he looked like a crazy person because it was hot. He was running and he was wearing black sweats, a pullover t-shirt with his hood up.
Brassel. That sounds like Brassel.
I'm like, why would you do that? Brassel said he doesn't run. I'm like, me either, but that's believable.
No, actually, I believe that he doesn't run because he only works out when he can go on somebody's channel and live from it. So you can't be running and doing that. Look how shady, yeah. I'm happy to be here if Jerry's here.
Right?
I'm really with you for that. I really am. I don't appreciate you right now.
I appreciate it.
It is alarming to me that I have to tell my 3-year-old daily.
Okay.
Daily.
We don't, as human beings, we don't eat other human beings.
Oh.
Yeah. There's some red flags right there.
Yeah.
Made her ham sandwich today, and she asked me if we were eating skin.
Oh, fun!
You guys, if you don't hear from me for a while, it was her.
I would be
terrified. Yeah, so I've been watching a lot of TikTok videos where, it's like scary things that kids do, like when they're like, 1 year old and they're telling you about like the plane they crashed in World War II. I would drop that kid off at a goddamn fire station so fucking fast. They'd be saying wild shit like that. I'm just not into it. Not into it. I'm not into it. Drop it back off where it came from. Put that thing back where it came from. So help me. Put that where it came from.
I don't know what you guys are saying.
So help me. So help me. And cut.
Scene. Yeah. When they had to. Never mind, Brie. It's fine. It's okay. Kari is with me. I'm vibing with Kari today. It's because I'm grumpy.
Oh, yeah. You hear that, Kari? You hear that? You hear that?
It's glorious. It's the sound of winning. It's the sound of being an asshole.
Because you're a brassel.
How do you suppose that almost instinctively little children believe that there are things under their beds or in their closets without being told that that's a thing?
Love you.
That's fucking true. So I really want to talk about this. Okay. Why? How? Why? Isn't that interesting? Everyone, why is that a thing? What do you guys have to say? I mean, I don't have kids, so I don't know. Okay, I heard you. Sorry. No one has anything to say?
I'm not gonna lie, I didn't pay attention to it.
I think it is weird that they can
hold on, Kari.
Without knowing about it, they spot things in closets or under the bed or stuff like that. But I think it's also like the brain developing to threat detection.
See, is so Jamie, while you were not paying attention, this person was saying, why is it that kids always think that there are things under their bed or hiding in there? It's like all of them without being told.
Because I think that kids, okay, so I think it's twofold. We look at this two ways. I'm going to come from the skeptical side and the non-skeptical side. The non-skeptical side, I'm going to say that kids are closer to the veil. We've said this 100 times before. They can see things that most can't because they're closer to that starting point and end point than we are as adults. Or the skeptic side, kids have a very active imagination, and some of the things that kids have a hard time doing is understanding the difference between imagination and real life, and so they bleed over to each other a lot. So it could just be a possibility that you have a child with an overactive imagination who maybe sees a sock bunched up under the bed and glances at it very quickly, but thinks it's something grander because, again, your child's mind is very young. It thinks that the things that happen on TV are real. It thinks that the characters are real. So when you have not being able to distinguish between real life and, fiction, it makes it very hard. So I think that it's kind of both of those things. It can kind of go either way.
I wish we would stop telling kids that they are imagining things and killing people's imagination, because I think it does so much damage. There's so many times where kids really do see things and we take their openness for granted and we shut that part of themselves down. I think we would have a society that is way more perceptive to psychic ability or just seeing things that you can't with your naked eye if we would stop telling children that it's just their imagination.
Maybe
like if I had a kid, everything they said, I'd be like, it's there. Mom, there's a demon. There is a demon. Yes.
I mean,
perpetuate that shit.
These people are demons.
We're not having children.
These people are demons.
Hey, old man, give me everything.
Call an ambulance! Call an ambulance! But not for me.
Why did you do that?
I didn't do anything.
That was for not dancing with Jerry.
Hulk smash.
Cock smash. Fucking.
All right, play the next one. I'm gonna go
Staying on.
You guys play
There's
the
a
next
theory about the Titanic that completely changes everything. If you watch the part where Jack saves Rose, he mentions fishing in Lake Wissota as a child. The only problem is that Lake Wissota wasn't created until 1917, 5 years after the Titanic sank. Later in the movie, he tells Rose he wants to take her on the Santa Monica Pier roller coaster, but that roller coaster didn't exist for another 4 years. So what does this all mean? Well, the theory is that Jack is a time traveler, sent back specifically to save Rose in this scene. But in doing so, he changed the course of events, which led to the ship hitting the iceberg and sinking.
Crazy!
That is pretty wild. What happened to Jamie?
Jamie needs to watch this. She's using the restroom.
Oh.
Andy's saying it was a film script, so that's true? What? Honestly, this makes me want to watch the Titanic all over again and see
I have
if
a copy of it. No, they're re-releasing it soon in like a 4K HDR, like a remaster thing. So I'm kind of waiting for that to come out.
Do you think that that's possible? I mean, I never really caught that before.
I mean,
now I'm like,
it's a very clever subtext if it's real, but I don't think James Cameron was thinking about that when he made the movie. But maybe he was. Maybe he. Because he's already made time travel kind of movies with Terminator and,
yeah, I mean,
I guess Aliens to an extent takes place long after the first movie. So.
If he didn't do it on purpose, then Lee is right on the money. That means it was a lack of research. So he just threw things out there. But
it's interesting to think about.
No, it really is.
I think if you can rewatch the movie with that kind of mindset and it will still make sense, which is pretty cool. I like it when movies do that.
If it is supposed to be like that, that to me makes Titanic so much cooler. It makes me want to watch it all over again. Hey, you're muted. I want you to watch this video really quick.
I mean, I'm here or whatever.
I don't know how she feels about Titanic, but
you're muted.
She knows. It's because she
get it together.
A little bitch.
Like a little bitch.
At least Peppa was like mind blown. That's how I felt. I was like, hold on, wait a second.
To be fair, it's an interesting thought experiment, and I may have to rewatch the movie with that in mind.
Yeah, and I mean, like you said, Terminator.
Literally
what else
brought me back in before I had all my shit back on. So, what's up? What happened?
Godfrey, why did you do that?
I didn't do that.
Yeah, you
Somebody
did.
added me, and I wasn't ready.
No such thing. Okay, I'm gonna play this.
Okay.
There's a theory about the Titanic that completely changes everything. If you watch the part where Jack saves Rose, he mentions fishing in Lake Wissota as a child. The only problem is that Lake Wissota wasn't created until 1917, 5 years after the Titanic sank. Later in the movie, he tells Rose he wants to take her on the Santa Monica Pier roller coaster, but that roller coaster didn't exist for another 4 years. So what does this all mean? Well, the theory is that Jack is a time traveler, sent back specifically to save Rose in this scene. But in doing so, he changed the course of events, which led to the ship hitting the iceberg and sinking.
So what do you think, Hammy?
I think that the people who wrote the story after the fact didn't pay closer attention to those kind of details in the writing.
No, I just realized. So if he hadn't have saved her life and she jumped off the back of the boat, she's one of the rich and famous people on the boat. The boat would have stopped and turned around to look for her. They would have missed the iceberg.
Say that again.
Do I have to?
It was a rich
joke. What I heard about was that she's
no,
elite.
it's not a joke. Like, so he rescues her from jumping off the back of the boat, right? Now, she was one of the first class. They had like the best suite on the whole boat. Her and Billy Zane. So if she had jumped off the back of the boat, she's like too valuable of a passenger to just carry on going. She's like dining with the captain every night kind of thing. So they would have turned the boat around to go look for her immediately or slowed down to a stop and gone out on a rowboat. But they would have missed the iceberg.
Yes, but I will say
it was just a movie.
I will say though that also the probability of somebody finding somebody who jumped off of a ship is pretty much like 1%. Like recently in the news, there's been like 5 different people who have like either jumped or fallen off balconies on cruise lines recently, and every single one of them, they immediately stop the boat, look for them, cannot find them. Every single one.
That's the key there. They immediately stop the boat.
Yeah, no, for sure. I'm just saying, like, she wouldn't have been found. She would have been dead.
No, she wouldn't have been found, but the boat would have been saved. I think that's the point of the,
the theory. Are you hallucinating? Yes. I think that that it was just bad writing on the person who wrote the script.
90s writing. It's 90s.
Exactly. They just didn't look at exactly what time these things were there or not there. They didn't research properly.
Yeah.
They didn't have Neil deGrasse Tyson on their team.
That side of it is bad research, but the side about like the boat only hitting the iceberg because he saved her actually does kind of make sense to me. But
yeah,
because it
does I like to potatoes.
Me. All right, I'm gonna play this video for you guys. I'm gonna run to the bathroom really quick. Okay.
Blow your mind. Yesterday it was reported that they found a hidden forest 630 feet down in a sinkhole in China. And also there was 130 foot tall trees found in it. And here's the key. The expedition leader said, I wouldn't be surprised to know that there are species found in these caves that have never been reported or described by science until now. So now we really gotta contemplate those theories that have been around for so long that there are inner Earth civilization. Because if they just found habitats that are this big forests, who's to say that there's not whole civilizations inside the Earth? Because some different cultures have told us that there is. Such as the Makuxi Indians. They believe that a vast network of tunnels connect our world to mysterious chambers located under the surface. Or the Hopi Indians that profess that they emerged from an underground shelter after the flood destroyed the Third World. They believe their ancestors derived from this environment. Don't forget Admiral Byrd of the Navy, saying this way back in 1926. Disclosures here.
Wow.
I heard about the sinkhole. That's pretty deep.
How do big ass trees grow with no sunlight? They were already grown when they fell in the sinkhole.
Oh, well, no, there's a big hole in the top, so they get like.
Yeah, and there's sunlight. You also have to remember too, like, okay, thinking about like the ocean. There's a bunch of shit at the bottom of the ocean that lives without sunlight. So you would have to think, if we believe Darwinism is real and that we adapt to our environment, that you would have to think that there is some sort of plant that can live without sunlight. It's adapted in a way, maybe it's become more carnivorous and it eats some of the stuff in the soil instead of getting its vitamin D.
Right.
Yeah, I could see that. I just think it would be exciting, the fact that he's like, all these other civilizations have talked about inner Earth civilizations. And I think that we've talked about that here before, and we're kind of not necessarily proponents of it. No, I guess we are. I think we are proponents of that.
Yeah, I think we're proponents of it. There's been like instances where they've found stuff in Antarctica where it's like under ice and it's like preserved and there's like plants and stuff living. So I don't believe that, it's not possible.
You don't believe what?
That's not possible that these trees and stuff could be growing underground.
It's exciting to me. I feel like there could be things coming up. Zoomers.
That's right. Go get Jamie's merch right now.
Is that Gen Z Zoomers?
I'm not sure.
Yeah.
What generation are we? I was born in the 80s. What does that mean?
We're millennials.
Well, I think we're like at the ass. We're like at the ass end of millennials.
Yeah, we're like right next to Gen X.
Was my mom a boomer?
Is Gen X after us? I
don't freaking know how any of these things work.
I don't care anymore.
Yeah.
Here's a video.
Hey guys, this just in.
Fair use. This is for commentary and research purposes.
New York, five glowing lights slowly moving across the sky. They seem to be heading north, the eyewitness said. Now, this just came into my email a little while ago. Thank you for the emails. I've been getting quite a few today. Just today alone, like 7. Guys, this is really strange. This is unusual. I want your thoughts.
This is really
strange. Real?
strange.
Is it not real? Can we trust this eyewitness? What's going on over Bronx, New York, and why, if this is real, why don't we have more videos
so long. And he doesn't have a fun New York accent like Anthony. So I don't want to listen to him.
That is really interesting.
Hey now!
I love that, Enzo.
Now you believe me? Fuck is that?
What the fuck is that?
Wait, is that just the sky?
What?
Is that just the sky around JFK Airport?
Possibly.
Because look at this.
I do know what you mean. All right. You're looking at UFOs. I can't do a good impersonation of him, but I know exactly who you're talking about.
Who?
And my name's Chills. The guy who does like the scary videos, Chills. And he's like, my name's Chills. And you're watching a scary video.
Oh, I have
I'm Blake Cousins, and welcome to Third Phase of Moon.
Oh.
Welcome to the LLC.
Previously on LOC.
Previously on LLC.
Yeah, I think this may be JFK Airport.
Maybe for airports, yeah. Andy says plane circling.
Really?
Is this that gave it away?
Yeah, the Burger King foot lettuce. Yeah, that guy. I told you I can't do a good impersonation.
Stinky, come on. Hi.
So we decided
All right.
the planes?
Yeah.
Most likely because of the area, but it's just like you never bloody know, really.
You never know.
Okay, what do you guys
up? I believe podcast.
I have a video for you. Oh my god. Sorry. I'll rewind it in a second. Sorry. Look at that. It's fucking space fleet, bro.
Oh, I know what it is.
Space fleet, bro.
I know what it is.
It is who? Birds?
They are night skydivers. They are part of the what the hell was it?
The Galactic Federation.
I was like, the Red Bull gives you wings. Night skydivers.
Night prowlers. Okay, not everyone is allowed to do that. Look at that.
I was channeling
Look
my
at
Midwest.
that. Oh! No, they're not skydiving. That is incredible. I'm so
All right, I'll give.
excited.
You know what? I'm gonna give this one to you, Bree. This one is giving me unidentified object vibes. So,
fuck yeah!
I'll give it to you.
I love it. They get close and then they're like,
oh, so they are birds.
no.
No,
They're
no,
real
no,
UFOs.
No.
You know what we should have done? Gosh,
what?
Thinking this in hindsight, this is our. This it's because. God damn it! We should have saved all of the videos that we UFO yes, and then at the end of the year review all of the videos that we portray to be legitimate.
Yes, but you would have to re-download them.
Yeah, I know.
Well, you just could cut them out of previous episodes.
UFO Lou. Who's UFO Lou?
I know there's enough Lou's in this town.
So many Lou's.
Who's
All right,
UFO
guys.
Lou?
I have a question.
I haven't.
Do you guys want to open up? Do you want me to drop the link in the chat?
Yeah, go for it. I don't care.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna drop it in the chat because I'm only gonna stay for like 2 more minutes and then I'm gonna skedaddle out of here. So I'll let you guys hang out for a little bit longer.
Right on.
So I'm dropping the link.
I won't be around too much longer, but yeah.
Because she's grumpy.
Open it up for a bit.
Me and Car are
a matter
twins right
for-
now. Look at us. We look identical. Oh wait, hold
a
on.
matter for a closed session. So I was hoping to reframe his question. Is DOD looking for UAPs underwater?
I'm not going to even attempt that one, Jeff. If it's a matter for a closed session with Congress, I think you can understand why we wouldn't be talking about that from the podium. Okay, Gordon.
I think that's a yes.
No, it's an obvious yes. If they're gonna, I think that would be more appropriate for the closed session. Then obviously there's something classified that
they're
makes
not
it-
telling
that
us.
is
Yeah,
real.
That's the thing.
But
is
it
like,
also sounds like too, like maybe that was a little bit of a sensationalization. Like
That's true.
You know what I mean? Because the reality
They're
of it
trying to
is
get
that
radar technology declassified, so
yes, and
it
so
makes
like
sense to bring it to the public consciousness.
yeah, because they would not make a mistake of accidentally putting something that should have been for the public versus the private hearing. You know what I mean? That is a calculated line that they said in order to strum up more shit about it so that people will say that exact same thing of, oh yeah, you're right. Maybe there's more going on behind closed doors that we don't know about.
There obviously is. I mean, the fact that during that congressional hearing after it was like, all right, we'll re-adjourn at 12 o'clock for the close thing. So it's like, what did they talk about back there? Why don't you just, why is it still a secret? I think that the first part that we could all see was just to make us happy, but I wish we knew someone that could tell us, you know, but I think that obviously there's a lot more.
Should we kidnap
if you had
a
to have a
US
closed
senator?
hearing? I don't see why not.
I mean, do you work for the FBI?
She is a Russian spy.
Not work for the FBI.
I don't not.
I mean, I was once a government employee, so I understand what Lou's going through.
I knew you were a friend. I knew it. I had a feeling this whole time.
How do you think I afford all these rocks? Or the show about aliens?
Prostitution.
It's called cuckoldry.
Okay, well, this has been fun, you guys, but I'm going to leave you. Have a beautiful
right after this
night.
video.
Okay, after this video.
Naked pictures of humans.
Wow, she only
They
did
already
1
did.
hour.
They already
That
did.
it attracts
They already did.
aliens.
They already
This
did.
is a risky move. They've been trying to
Oh my
communicate with aliens for a
God.
while now.
It's Sunny.
I remember that they
Sunny.
like sent like a
Sunny.
bunch of like
Sunny,
radio
you're
waves
so
or whatever,
handsome.
however you
Okay.
communicate, some like
Here we go.
digital Morse code.
You're so
into the
handsome.
galaxy, hoping that to get
So
something
Going on, girls?
handsome. We're watching this video about them putting nudes into space, but that's already real.
NASA must be run
They
by
put
men.
the
It's
naked
like,
forms
we
of
tried
man
talking-
and
we tried talking to you,
ladies
so
on
we
the
just sent our
golden
dicks.
disc thing that they sent out. You know what I'm talking about?
But they're
Bree?
making
like, sorry,
jokes.
it's
Yeah,
just
but
like,
they're
whatever,
making
fuck,
jokes.
slut,
which is
alien
Why was
anyway.
that guy's
Yeah,
first?
we don't want you here anyway,
first
bitch.
act was so loud. Oh god. His
Sonny?
first act when he laughed was to grab the microphone with his hand. Like,
Sunny, I have a question.
Right.
Can I come and hang out with you at Chop Shop tomorrow?
I won't be in
Don't
the chop
you
shop.
always?
I'm going back and forth to the drag races right now. I'm just taking a break. I just got back.
Who's going to be
okay.
in charge of Chop Shop?
Spooky and Chad, and you know
Wow,
they would love to have
and they
you.
didn't
I
even
bet.
invite me.
I
Drop
do
me the link
believe-
anyways in the back door and I'll surprise them.
All right.
Okay, deal.
I
All
do
right.
believe they have a guest tomorrow.
Well,
I was
after
gonna
the
say,
guest,
don't you just show up anyway?
Yeah, usually. But I like to pretend like I'm invited.
that's what
always
stalkers say.
Exactly.
You know, like
Okay,
you wake
I'm gonna
up
leave
and
now.
Jamie's like in the corner.
I love you.
Jamie,
I'm
you
gonna
literally
go and
did
die.
You did
Okay.
60 minutes.
Thank you for giving us 62 minutes of your precious.
I mean, I'm
precious
here or
time.
whatever.
Where are you going?
I'm gonna go die because I have cramps and I want snacks.
Oh,
I just fired
Yeah,
the
that does
guest.
sound
Now it's
fun.
Jamie. Yeah. Why would
Okay.
you, Jamie? You don't, not even giving them a reason to want you on. She'd sit there and be like, "Yeah, I'm here, or whatever."
Right?
Yeah.
Can't
The
take her
fuck?
anywhere.
so
Hater.
Krabby,
So you're not
we gotta
doing
get some
a chop
snacks.
shop.
What?
Not doing choppy shoppy tomorrow.
No, I'm gonna be at the drag races still. I just got here, like I said. I had to switch trucks. I got to get a different truck and different trailer and go back.
Damn. All right, here we go. Do we want boob UFO or Orby? Let's do Orby.
It's back. It's back. It's back.
Look at it bouncing around though.
Oh.
That's the camera moving.
oh, It's just sitting there.
What?
Hey, we
It's dimming.
Come on.
found one. Well, I didn't. Deanna did the other night. I'll have to send you the video.
You took a video?
Yup.
Wait,
wanna
was
show
that
us?
Friday?
I don't know.
Was that Friday?
Do you have a way to show us the video?
Yeah, I'll put it in Messenger. I'll put it in your Messenger. Either that, I'll drop it in your messenger, and then if you can't pull it up, I'll share my screen and we'll show it that way.
Okay.
You need to start being on Discord more.
Me?
More Discord.
Well, I didn't really show that to anyone except for Ben and Joe and Chad and Spooky.
That must have been Friday. Then I think I saw it.
You already did?
I did, but but Stuff Fam did not. We send nudes into space and then wonder why we only attract aliens that have weird fetishes. If you showed us on Friday, if that's when you stepped away and then you recorded it and then you showed us after?
I don't think so.
Oh shit! Look at this. Ooh, what? Look at that, and it stops. Oh Lord, have mercy. Oh, they're doing tricks.
Yeah, that's it. Hey, go back, play that again.
This is not your video.
No, that's not it. That's not it.
What do you think? What do you think?
That looked like drones.
Drones?
Yeah. Yeah, that does look like drones, but drones do have red and green lights normally on them, Kari, so you know which direction you're going.
That's true.
But from far away with your phone, it might just look that color. It might look, yeah, that could be. That does look like drones, actually, the way they're moving.
Yeah, it's very Newtonian.
You don't think UFOs drive like that?
UFO.
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 If I were a little alien in a little spaceship, I would be doing some crazy shit. I'd try to do donuts. Oops, my bad. Hey,
Razzle.
I swear I saw you. I swear it's you the other day, unless you have a twin in town.
No, it's just someone you were calling asshole. Asshole.
Yeah.
I think they were right. I think they probably thought you were calling them asshole. That's hella funny.
I think you just didn't want to say hi.
No, I was out with dogs while you were experiencing that experience.
I had my bangs up, so I was like, maybe it's because I had my bangs up and he didn't in the morning. I roll out of bed.
You have a forehead?
Oh, I
What?
do. I have a
Get
widow's
out of town.
peak too. Look at that.
Get out of town.
I was like, maybe he doesn't recognize me because I just rolled out of bed and I look like Shrek. He's like, I don't know her.
Get out of my swamp.
Yeah. Seriously, that's what it felt like. I was like, God damn it.
Nah, I'm not rude like that.
Oops, my bad. I hope not. I was like, damn, that was the first time we're gonna actually see each other in real life. Sees.
Yeah, we'll have to schedule that.
You're out of Oregon.
What?
I think we looked at this one before.
I know.
It's
Look, fake Cthulhu thing.
You think that's a fake? It's a Cthulhu in the sky, not a Cthulhu in the sea.
It's a Photoshop.
Yeah.
You think that's photoshopped?
It is Photoshop.
Damn. Y'all are haters on all my shit.
There's a lot of those ones. What's the problem?
Yeah.
Okay,
yeah.
we seen one. Bree, we seen one the other night. We were looking at the blood moon.
Yeah, that's where everyone started seeing weird shit.
I was taking pictures of the moon or something, and Deanna says, "Look, there's something right there." And at first I just blew it off for like the first few seconds. I was just like, "Okay, I'll look at it in a minute." I was trying to do this, and then she goes, "Look, it's moving." And so I looked up, and I was like, "What the?" Yeah, it was very strange. And my grandson's out there, and in the video, you'll hear him saying that it looks like a Mercedes-Benz emblem. He means a triangle.
You gotta see this video at some
I
point.
went back and zoomed in on it and took still screenshots of it, and it is a triangle shape.
Is it really?
Triangle, yeah.
Can you show us?
Yeah,
Yeah,
I can.
get it now.
Share the screen.
Now.
Share the screen. Okay, now I'm going to be talking.
I love
to
when
you
we
guys.
do this,
Sorry.
and it looks like we have.
It's going to be a little speck, but I'll zoom in on
Deanna
it.
just found this. I have no idea what that is.
It's going right to that star.
I might see something flashing on it. There's no flashing lights on this thing, but it is flashing in the phone. Wait till you see. Oh, wow.
Shit!
Trip, babe.
No way.
Like what's it called? The bend. I mean the bend sign, like that triangle. That's so crazy. Hell
It looks like a triangle, Jax?
Yeah.
I love it.
The bend sign.
No.
The car? Yeah. That's what it looks like.
Right over the house, huh?
Actually went over our heads. I just kept recording it.
How high do you think it was, honey?
Deanna just found this. I have no idea what
It was up there.
It's going right to that
It was up there.
Like 20, 30?
Something flashing on it. There's
No,
flashing
way
lights
up there.
on this thing, but it is flashing in the phone. Wait till you see.
Oh, I'm sorry. You can take it down. You can take it down now. Were you still watching it? Bree? You play it again?
I want you to. Can you pause it, Kari?
I
Kari
can't
or
pause.
me?
Oh,
Sunny.
someone pause it. So the bright object is the one that drew your attention, right?
Yes, this thing.
And then you had a second orb that crosses over it.
Yeah, and then that thing disappeared. I don't know if that was an orb or just a plane and then they shut the lights off or something. I wasn't concentrating on that.
No
I was
way.
concentrating on that one.
That's pretty wild,
But
man.
that is wild, though, because you have
I
that,
think
and then
your grandson
the
has
other
good
orb.
instinct too.
Ooh,
Like he was right on that.
the
Like
alien
he
family.
could see it.
It was Deanna. My wife pointed it out to both of us, and then he could see it. You can shut that down now. I can't remove it. I don't think. Yeah, I can. I got it. Well, I removed it. You put it.
My bad.
Okay.
There's a ban from the studio button. That's kind of crazy.
Oh, don't do it. Do it to Jamie.
Sonny got aliens for sure. I don't think that's the first time you've seen things outside of your house, right?
No. I actually had something like that come over from the other direction, and while I was looking at it, it looked just like that. So while I was looking at that, I noticed, because the way it's going across the sky, there was something above it, and they were pacing each other perfect. I tell people it looked like this was pulling this one with a rope through the sky. That's what it looked like.
Weird.
But this one was really bright. This one, I could just barely see it. But they were going the exact same speed. That's how I noticed the little one, the little dim one. And then the one on the bottom, since it was the brightest, I was looking at it. It came to a stop. I don't know if this one did too. And it got really bright, and then it just shut off and just like disappeared. And that was close. That one was close. That one was low enough that. Yeah, that one was low, Razzle. That should have been like a plane. If that would have been a plane, I'd have definitely heard that. Like,
I think when I said
that didn't
20,
look like it was
20
in
and 30,
space.
I meant 20,000, 30,000 feet, if that made sense.
And then I've also seen, that other thing I recorded, that looked like it was in space to me, like, or it was high up there anyway. It was way up there. But it did go right over the top of our heads. I just didn't get the phone out and start recording it until after the shock went away. I was like, oh, I should record that. It was one of those
And then you're like, maybe I will.
Because I had it out for the moon, and we were taking pictures out there, and that's why we were out there. But I wasn't recording the moon. I was just taking pictures. And
You know what you guys need for that is the Nikon P900 or the P1000.
I got one.
Oh, yeah?
How much
I
is
have
that?
night vision, but they're not in color. They're
it's black and
like, it's like that green.
Yeah.
Like the
But
army.
you can see way far out there. That's what all the flat earthers use.
You can, and it's got
What
video
it-
camera. And
What is it?
camera.
Nikon what?
P900.
I don't have that fancy.
Didn't a
one.
load
I-
of flat earthers pay to do an
I don't know,
experiment
Rob.
that proved that
Not
the Earth
Nikon.
is round?
Yeah, and it failed
Yeah.
because it's, you know.
What you laughing at?
Sonny, they're laughing at my beliefs.
Flat earthers.
That's it.
Flat.
Yeah.
Okay, so when my grandma was like, well, he didn't turn around and say hi to you, I was like, he's a flat earther.
Nah, that joke fell flat. I'm sorry. I can't allow it.
Oh, that's a good
Plainly obvious.
That's probably what she was yelling at that poor
Oh my
jogger.
God. Kari's got good ones.
Asshole flat earth there.
Listen, Brassel, this is at least a $1,300 camera.
You're
or
very firm in
$1,400.
your beliefs.
Set that thing up at night and point it towards the sky. You'll see some crazy shit.
It's so expensive.
You can see with my night vision one, you can see so many more. There's just so much shit that you can see.
What night
with
vision
the
do you have?
vision you cannot see with your
You
eyes
just told us.
or a phone or anything like that.
The other thing
There's
too,
a lot
it's
more
very-
stars than what you're seeing.
Very expensive, but if you get infrared, you can see basically the most. That's like the best capability.
Yeah.
You have.
For sure. I've wanted night vision for so long, but the ones that I need are so
Okay.
expensive.
That's creepy.
The Gen 3s are some Gen 3s are like $7,000.
Yeah, you're looking at the really expensive stuff. Mine was like $130, and it's it's the big monocular one. You know that you're looking through a screen and it goes into one. You got infrared on one side and then your actual camera's on the other, but you're looking through just one monocular into a screen.
Scion X. Scion X. Okay, hold on.
Psionics.
Hold on, love.
Psionics.
And then my husband almost bought one at Contact in the Desert the last time it was because they always do night vision there with the military night vision goggles, and then sometimes they'll do like a special where they've only opened up the night vision for the people that are using it for the night watch for the night, and then if you buy that one it's like a little bit discounted. And he was going to buy one and it was only like $1,200, but then the person that was selling it was like a super douchebag to him, so then he was like, nah. Now I'm like, you should have just sucked it up and bought it anyway.
Right.
Dang.
It was actually Ben Hansen, if you guys know who that is.
Ben Hansen.
That's familiar as hell.
He does like he does like Fact or Faked, I want to say, on the Science Channel. He looks like a cool guy. Maybe he was having a bad moment. But I missed out on night vision because of that.
The butt stuff. No?
He would be great for that. He would be great for that because I did do a night vision session with him, and a lot of the things that people were claiming were UFOs. He was explaining away. And I was like, damn. Hi, Diana.
Hello.
Aloha.
How are you, beautiful?
Good. I just got off work.
Oh, good. Then the day's really good now.
Now I got to get loaded up and get gone for the races.
Oh, shit.
Quick
You guys are nonstop.
Yes.
Well, have fun.
I
It's
will.
nice to
Bye.
see you.
Good seeing you.
Bye.
Good to see you.
So,
I'm probably going to get off of here in a second. I've been here for an hour and 20 minutes of your precious time this evening.
wow.
I
keep seeing the aurora.
I want my full 2 hours, Kari. I want my full 2 hours of entertainment. You're not going nowhere.
It's late. It's 20 past 11 at night.
Oh, that's right. Okay. It's only 3:20 here.
That's okay.
Yeah, I was going to say it's 3:20.
We got any more videos to share before I go? I've
We
shared
don't
all
have
of mine.
to.
Oh, I never shared my... Jamie wasn't here to see the thing.
Stream the races, Sonny.
Damn it.
I'll try. I don't know if I have the signal
Aurora
to do that.
Pro.
All right, I've got something to share before I go. I wish Jamie had been here because maybe she's watching. Maybe. So
She's
I
not.
found
She'll give a fuck.
I found a photo that was taken in March 1950 over New York City of a UFO. It was entered into the Blue Book files and classified, but when it was classified, the photographer's name was taken off, and then it was declassified later on and released. I hadn't seen it, and I thought I would share it with you guys.
Yeah.
Woo! That was a big mouthful, but there you go. What do y'all think?
Wait,
So-
what is that?
So
What's the first,
this is
the top part?
okay. So This is the New York City skyline in 1950. Here's the reflection off of the Hudson.
It's like a cigar.
Here's a zoomed in frame, and then here's the description of what it was.
Oh, that is a hardcore cigar. That's like a real physical.
So that's why I was like, I saw it and was like, I have to show this on the show because this is like bread and butter kind of sighting.
eBay.
There's only one I've seen that's probably almost identical to that, and it was out of the back of like a one of the 101st Airborne, the ones they parachute out of, like 100 guys jump out of the back of them, and there was a cigar-shaped one like that, tailgating the jet or tailgating it.
You saw a cigar-shaped object like that?
No, I saw a picture of one in the same time period.
Oh. Well, what was the time period, Kari?
With the
It was, March 20th, 1950.
Yeah.
But that's the Hudson Valley,
That's the
the Hudson River.
So that's the Hudson River looking. It doesn't say.
Doesn't the Hudson River have a few mass sightings, or at least one?
Yes, they have flaps. I think
Like
the
the
biggest one was in
triangle
the 80s. The 80s was probably the biggest flap that they have, but it's definitely a hotspot area. It's
Was it
interesting that it
triangles?
comes in flaps like that. It's like a section
Right.
of time where there's all this activity and then it kind of goes dead, and then there's all this activity and it goes dead. But man, we need to rent a house out there. I mean, that's where Whitley Strieber had all of his occurrences at his summer house, was out there. Flaps, yeah. That is crazy looking.
I mean, Kari's, the expert here. How would you fake something like that in the 50s?
In the 50s, I mean, so the top one would be a lot harder to fake than the bottom one.
Really?
So the top one, well, yeah, because this is like, it's in the cloud matter being illuminated by the whole city in a frame. Now, this bottom one, I mean, that could just be something on a string shot at nighttime with a light reflecting off of it, right? It could be, it's very easy to fake the bottom one, but not the top one. But then if you look at the kind of angle that they're at,
It's the same.
it's the same.
Yeah.
And I almost feel like this was a wide shot that someone took and then they just zoomed in with a pretty nice lens for 1950.
But where
And
the
bearing in mind,
clouds-
in 1950, cameras weren't that widespread, right? They weren't that advanced. So for someone to, I think this is a legit image.
I don't think they probably.
Yeah, it's two different pictures, I think, because there's no clouds on the bottom one.
Yeah, it's two different frames, but I think this one is zoomed in on a pretty nice lens.
Yeah.
Because like these white dots, I'm fairly sure might be stars.
Yeah. Looks that
Which
way.
means it's gone. And if you notice here, there's a star there, which I think would be that star. So
That's a good picture.
yeah, I
just can't even
figured-
imagine anything in there. It looks like a barrel.
Right.
Like the material looks like it would be a barrel if a barrel was in a cigar shape.
Right.
Hmm.
Well,
I'm a fan of those older ones because they're harder to fake.
right. Exactly. That's why as soon as I saw it, I was like, oh, haha.
Do you have another
Nice
one?
one. No, that was the only one I found of that. But I'm gonna keep
Oh
looking.
my
I'm gonna try and
God.
bring one really old one for every show because it just we aren't looking at that stuff anymore, and we should be. It's all
Jim
part of it.
Goodall has some really good old pictures like that of UFOs.
Who does?
Like pictures that you can't fake, pictures like that.
Jim Goodall?
Yeah.
Ah, right on. Hey, maybe Anthony could get us in touch with him.
I probably could.
Right.
We asked him to be on Butt Stuff, and I believe he said yes.
Well, there you go.
He would
He-
definitely
he owes me
do
a
the
dance.
show. He's you met him. He's nice. He likes you guys.
Yeah, I remember him saying that he would come on.
Yep. He really
He's like,
likes
"Who are
guys.
you?" Okay.
Well, on that particularly illuminating note, I'm going to get out of here.
We can all head out. That's
But
fine.
make sure, if you're watching right now, hit the fucking like button, you cretin.
Right.
I
Like
love
and
you all,
subscribe.
but those like numbers are woefully low every show. I need you to hit that like button like your mama made it, okay?
Ooh.
Do
Use
it.
your good finger.
Do it.
And
And
please
tell your
subscribe
friends
if you
that
aren't
they can
already.
come learn and subscribe. Subscribe.
Because we are on the road to 1,000. We're working
we're almost
hard,
there.
but we're
Almost
on the
there.
road.
1,000 subs. How many
And-
DOMs?
Like, at least
I think
7.
we're the only dogs. It's just us.
What does he
That's a good
lie
one.
flat? Does he lie flat while you dom or
I'm a side sleeper.
crusty?
Well, thank you, everybody. Thank you guys so much for joining in. We're back. Butt Stuff is back. We're not going anywhere. I know we had a few messages of people like, "Are you gone?" No, we're
You're gonna
not
need
gone.
a wrecking ball to take me out of here.
We're like herpes. You just can't get rid of
Right, you
us,
just
even
can't
with
get
the
rid of
best
us.
medicine.
You can just laugh it off and go about your day.
But thank you guys again. We'll see you next week. We have a few cool things coming up next week, but one of the really cool things that we have planned is we're going to do an all unidentified S4 butt stuff. So he'll be Anthony will be on with us, and every single video we watch will be of his footage. And if you guys know, you know he has some great footage out there.
Yeah,
and so it'll be fun.
buddy.
It'll
Anthony's
be fun
awesome.
to, yeah, I mean, if you're up for people possibly, debunking shit, who knows? We might be
Right.
like everything
Who
is a
knows?
UFO. Yes, we don't know. So it's going to be awesome. So please come to that. That'll be next Thursday. So
yeah.
Yeah, we should invite
Yeah.
Eric back too. So yes, thank you guys again. We love you daily.
Can we get
and we'll-
one hate crime before we get out?
That reminds me that I am going to be making hate crime merch. So please check that out on our website. That one time I was abducted by aliens.cam. And we'll see you guys next week.